Now at 6, details of a train pedestrian death in Knoll, Missouri, plus how inflation is impacting the area meat industry, and a Joplin golf course celebrates a big anniversary.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Big news for travelers who use the Joplin Airport. SkyWest will continue to provide its Joplin service at least through the end of the year. This is KOAM News at 6. Now, earlier this year, SkyWest, which runs United Express flights to Denver and Chicago, announced it would end service to the Joplin Regional Airport and 28 other communities, due largely to a pilot shortage. But the city announced today SkyWest Airlines will keep its current Joplin service throughout 2022. The flights include a daily nonstop morning flight to Chicago and evening return flight, as well as an afternoon flight to and from Denver Thursday through Monday. Authorities are searching for a suspect following an armed robbery in Webb City, Missouri. Just after 9 last night, Webb City police responded to a call at the Dollar General in Webb City at 1510 South Madison. Witnesses say a man entered the store and demanded money from the employees. The man showed a gun, took an undisclosed amount of cash. Authorities warn not to approach the suspect as he is considered armed and dangerous. Authorities say a train has struck and killed a pedestrian in Knoll, Missouri. Happened around 9 last night. Authorities say the victim was a Knoll man who died at the scene, but they have not yet released his identity. Law officers are continuing their investigation, but they do not suspect foul play. The price of pretty much everything is climbing. The rise in fertilizer and fuel costs are adding to the overall price of meat and livestock. KOAM's Amber Jenkins talks to some 4-staters in the industry.
America's inflation is at a 40-year record high. The rising prices of fuel, fertilizer, and other materials to raise and sell livestock have affected local farmers' pockets dearly. Due to the inflation, your next steak dinner might cost a little bit more.
And kind of with that said, you know, the cattle inventory in the United States is probably down 3% from the last year and a half, and that's just hundreds of thousands of cows. So, and there's been a lot of drought in places, and a lot of those big cow herds have been dispersed and sold. And so that means there won't be a lot of calves born from them cows that they have gotten rid of. So it's going to make the inventory we have now worth a little bit more money.
Cattle farmers have to keep a close eye on their budget. Although the cost of cattle increase, cattle maintenance increased even more.
Most of these people are very conservative. You know, they watch their budgets close. You know, the cattle they're selling right now, they're just trying to keep all their input costs paid, keep everything going, just getting closer to the fall.
Inflation does not only affect the prices of cattle, butcher and meat processing shops are also adapting to keep their prices affordable for the community.
My dad and I make a good effort to do smart buying, smart packaging techniques, and to try to keep the costs down on the things that we can control to be able to sell it for the consistent prices that we have been.
The extra effort to cut costs is justified to Andrew because he values consistency.
We have people coming in, and a lot of them can't even believe that it was the same prices from month to month, let alone, you know, from almost year to year now that we've had these bundle prices for it.
In Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
And industry analyst says the recent deaths of cattle in western Kansas due to the heat does not have a substantial impact on meat prices. The temps around here right now, not too bad. Let's check in with Doug.
No, they've been pretty good most of the week so far, but they are on the upward trend over the past couple days. We did make it up to 90 today, but it doesn't feel too bad because we don't have much in the way of humidity. That will start to creep up. Clear skies out there right now. In fact, we're going to have clear skies throughout the evening hours. Nothing going on across the Central Plains. Boring weather for me means good weather for you. Temperatures upper 80s to near 90 degrees, and we don't really have much of a heat index at all. In fact, almost a reverse index because our humidity is so low, but again, it's going to slowly start to creep up. Through the rest of the evening hours, slide back through the 80s, 70s, another nice evening, eventually lower 60s later on tonight, but it heats up for the holiday weekend. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
See you then. 100 years on the green. Joplin's Schiffer-Decker Golf Course today celebrates 1 century since its opening back in 1922. City officials held a ribbon-cutting ceremony with tee shots from Mayor Pro Tem Keenan Cortez, Parks and Rec Director Paul Bloomberg, and current Ozark amateur Jordan Burks. The course is open to the public and consists of 18 holes.
The goal for this golf course is to make sure that it is one of those amenities that's available to the community as a whole. As a quality of life thing, having a municipal golf course within our city limits just adds to the quality of life that our citizens can have.
Schiffer-Decker Park was named in 1923 to honor Charles Schiffer-Decker, who donated 120 acres of land back in 1915. Lazy Boy today celebrated the expansion of their new distribution center. The furniture manufacturer held a ribbon-cutting ceremony today in Neosho, Missouri, to commemorate their parts distribution center's move to the Midwest. The president and CEO appreciates Neosho's involvement in the process.
Neosho's has been with us for 50 years. It's our second oldest facility. It's a high-performing facility with very talented individuals, and so it continues to be a really important part of our overall footprint.
The company intends to have 5 phases in their expansion project. Coming up, how officials plan to address the homelessness problem in Branson, Missouri. And later, KOAM celebrates progress on the More Power Tower project. Branson, Missouri city leaders are looking for a way to address an increase in panhandling and homelessness in that tourist city. Reporter Madison Horner has more.
We've been here 2 days and we've probably been approached like a dozen times, just asking for a few bucks, you know, the story of we're out of gas and we're traveling.
Branson visitors Josh and Becky Terry say most of the panhandlers they've seen have been downtown or on the Branson Strip, and this year they say they've seen more panhandling than ever.
It's sad, and I think with the economy the way it is, it seems like it's getting worse everywhere.
Branson Police Chief Jeff Matthews says homelessness is not illegal, but the police department is usually the first point of contact when dealing with homeless issues. Matthews says panhandling becomes a public safety issue when somebody ventures into the road way outside of a crosswalk to receive money.
So when we see panhandling, we actually have to see the person step into traffic, accept the contribution, and at that point it becomes something that we can deal with a citation and take enforcement action.
Elevate Branson Director Brian Stallings spoke at a study session last week. Stallings says it's important we educate the visitors about how their giving can actually hurt somebody because it might not be used for the intended purpose. He also says poverty and homelessness is a complex issue and one solution doesn't fit all, and thinks it needs to be a community-wide effort to address this problem.
If the Branson community doesn't want to see panhandlers on the corner approaching our tourists, the community is going to have to resolve the issue, not just the city, not just a nonprofit. All of us are going to have to come together and we're going to have to do the work.
The police chief says he thinks Branson can be a partner with its community resources to help with the homeless issue moving forward. A little bit later, how the KOAM family and chamber leaders celebrated progress on the More Power Tower project.
Plus, the heat slowly kicks in over the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be another great day for us today. A little bit hotter out there, so it's hot now in the afternoons, but still we don't have much in the way of humidity, plenty of sunshine. Nice shot. This is our Lander Chevrolet Tower Cam. This is right on the southeast side of the city. Of course, this is I-44, so this is eastbound toward the 249 loop. Looks pretty good. Traffic moving great, and we're going to continue with those clear skies as we go through the evening hours for us tonight. Still sitting upper 80s to near 90 degrees across the board. But here's the good news. The humidity is low. These are our dew points. Measures how much humidity is in the atmosphere. Now, when dew points are kind of in that 55 to 60 degree range, pleasant to not bad. When those dew points start creeping upward, then we got a problem. And that's what they're going to start to do as we go into the holiday weekend, especially next week. But outside right now, it looks fine. 90 south winds at 7. In fact, look at this. Our temperature is warmer than what it actually feels like. It feels like it's 88, and it's due to the humidity at 30%. So we actually have like a reverse heat index. When you always talk about a dry heat, that's what you get. So right now it's a dry heat, just not for long. All right, we're going to drop back through the 80s, 70s, lower 60s later on tonight. Again, nothing is going on out here. Clear skies across the entire Central Plains. Let's head south. A little bit of tropical moisture, and some of this will advance north as we go toward Friday and Saturday and kind of combine with some of these weak waves kicking out through the northern parts of the Rockies. So this will at least give us chances for some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head toward the weekend. Until then, it's pretty quiet. We drop back 63, 64 later on tonight. Let's go through the morning hours, warming through the 70s, 80s, pushing 90 by noon. Still plenty of sunshine. I think most of us mid-90s for highs for us tomorrow, probably 94-ish. 62 to start, 89 by noon, high of 94, southerly winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow night we may get a few clouds in here late with some thunderstorms to our north, but the storms stay to our north, mainly north of Interstate 70 on the Kansas and Missouri side. We drop back into lower 70s and then heat up again mid-90s on Friday. There is a very slight chance we may get 1 or 2 isolated little thunderstorms by the time we head into late Friday afternoon. But look at the storms Friday night. They start getting a little bit closer, so we do start to get some chances in here by the time we head into the weekend. I know nobody wants to hear that. Of course, it's a holiday weekend, but any storms we would get would be very hit and miss. Heat indices, mid-90s tomorrow, and then they creep up near 100 by the time we head into Friday. Most of the rain over the holiday weekend will stay to our north, but we are going to have some slight chances. Saturday, a slight chance. Sunday, a slight chance. And then again, a slight chance again on the 4th of July. But we got a heat wave coming by next week. Look at this, 94 tomorrow, 95 Friday, 94 Saturday, so tolerable through the weekend. Upper 90s by the 4th, and then triple-digit heat with high heat indices by next Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's because it's going to be July.
I know. We don't like seeing it. We've already hit 100 once already.
And we will apparently several more times in the coming weeks. Thanks, Doug. Hey, when severe weather strikes, you're going to want to stay informed. You can do that by scanning this QR code. You can do it right now with that phone right there in your hand. It'll take you to the KOAM News Now YouTube page, where our weather team will live stream during severe weather events to give you updated information. Hey, and while you're there, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Big celebration here at the TV station this afternoon. Representatives from 6 area chambers of commerce joined us for this ribbon cutting as KOAM TV and Fox 14 make progress on that project to improve the power and reach of our broadcasting signal. Chambers of commerce from Joplin, Pittsburgh, Carthage, Carl Junction, Neosho, and Grove joined us to celebrate, also to get an update on the project and tour the facilities.
You know, it's a fun business to be in, and so it's exciting to be able to do that. Although I should say, I can't take any of the credit. Our chief engineer, Bill Vickery, is the one who really has led the charge on the project and has helped us understand the why, the how, and how it's going to impact not only us, but the community.
And we're really excited about this. When the antenna and transmitter project is complete, our signal is going to be stronger than ever. Now, in the meantime, your signal might be a bit glitchy for some of you anyway from time to time, but a big improvement is coming soon, so please just bear with us. Jacob here now with sports. Former Pitt State Gorilla is headed to the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame.
Kendall Gammon gets the call to join the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame. We're going to hear from him. And the MIAA officially welcomes in a couple new full-time members. More on that when we come back. Well, former Pittsburgh State All-American Kendall Gammon is headed to the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame. And Gammon is part of the class of 2022 and will enter the Hall of Fame in October. And Gammon played 4 years at Pittsburgh State. He was a 3-time All-MIAA offensive lineman and was an All-American in 1991 when he helped the Gorillas win the Division II National Championship. After that, he went on to play 15 years in the NFL between the Steelers, Saints, and the Chiefs. Now here he is on earning his spot in the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame.
A little speechless, and I'm not speechless very often. Again, it's just something that you don't expect. Didn't have any idea this was even in the works. I am very grateful, first to Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh State University, where I went to school. I call it my home. I'm from Rose Hill, and it was a great place too. But Pittsburgh has become that home when you come here and you see what's going on in the city and with the university. It's something to really love.
Gammon is already in the Pittsburgh State Hall of Fame and the MIAA Hall of Fame. You can check out our full story on the sports page at KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, the Joplin Outlaws are in action tonight on the road against the Nevada Griffins. Tonight's game is the 5th meeting of the season between the two teams, with Nevada winning 3 of the first 4. Joplin is 11-11 coming into the night, sitting in first place in the Mink League South Division. Game time is 7 p.m. in Nevada. We'll have the latest from the game right here tonight at 10. The Kansas City Royals finish up a 3-game series with the Texas Rangers this afternoon. Now, the Royals are trying to avoid the sweep after dropping the first 2 games of the series. Kansas City gets the first run of the day here. MJ Melendez back up the middle. Bobby Witt Jr. scores. Hunter Dozier, though, thrown out at the plate. The Royals take a 1-0 lead. Zach Greinke making his 500th career start today for Kansas City. Gave up a solo home run there, but he goes 6 innings. That was the only run he gave up today. It's a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 5th. Kyle Isbell hammers it up and out to right. Royals back in front. Then how about a little defense? Bobby Witt Jr. here dives and makes a nice throw to first for the out, showing off the range there. Royals hold on and avoid the sweep 2-1 over the Rangers. On the National League, the St. Louis Cardinals try for the 3-game sweep over the Marlins this evening. Cards won Game 2 last night 5-3. Tonight's game will start in about 10 minutes. We'll have the latest from that one right here tonight at 10. Finally, the MIAA has accepted Newman and Rogers State as full members of the association. The 2 schools have been associate members of the league since 2019. And Newman and Rogers State will officially become the MIAA's 13th and 14th full-time members on July 1st. Each school offers 14 NCAA championship sports. Neither school has a football program. And that's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take some time now to honor a local veteran. Stephen Intrican served in the U.S. Army in 2003 and 2004. His hometown, Rich Hill, Missouri, and we are proud to salute Staff Sergeant Steve Intrican, a 4-state hero. You know, of course, you can learn about lots of other heroes, thousands of them from all across this area. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. We're always inviting more. Just go to our website, click on the link, KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have details on the manufacturing facility in Nevada, Missouri, getting a $3.5 million investment. Plus, the 35th Infantry Band of the Kansas National Guard is performing in Fort Scott. And a look at a futuristic sports car featuring AI software and printed 3D parts. Those stories, a lot more. It's all coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Right now, at least, as Doug says, it's a dry heat out there, which means it's tolerable. Not too bad.
But.
But. There's always that but coming. We have to just go to sports right now.
The humidity is really going to come back in, especially by Sunday. A few isolated thunderstorms over the holiday weekend.
But we're going to end with a sports note.
Kendall Gammon going into the 2022 Kansas Sports Hall of Fame. Joining him in this class, Clint Boyer from Emporia, NASCAR champion, also Roy Williams, former KU head basketball coach.
That is an impressive list. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.